सियावर रामचंद्र की जय।
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः।
ओम द्राम ओम गुरु।
ओम द्राम ओम गुरु।
दत्ताय नमः।
दत्ताय नमः।
ओम द्राम ओम गुरु।
ओम द्राम ओम गुरु।
दत्ताय नमः।
दत्ताय नमः।
ओम गं गणपतये नमः।
ओम गं गणपतये नमः।
ओम ऐं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा।
ओम ऐं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा।
ओम श्रीं महालक्ष्मी नमः।
ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः।
ओम दुं दुर्गाये नमः।
ओम दुर्गाय नमः।
राम रामाय नमः।
राम रामाय नमः।
क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः।
क्लीं कृष्णाय नमः।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
ओम नमो नारायणाय।
ओम नमो नारायणाय।
ओम नमो नारायणाय।
ओम नमो नारायणाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते पांडुरंगाय।
ओम नमो भगवते पांडुरंगाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
नमः शिवाय गुरवे
नमः शिवाय गुरवे
सच्चिदानंदमूर्ते
सच्चिदानन्दमूर्तये
निष्प्रपंचाय शांताय
निष्प्रपञ्चाय शान्ताय
निरालंबाय तेजसे
निरालम्बाय तेजसे
सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी
नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः।
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः।
ओम Tat Saviturvarenyam
Om Tat Saviturvarenyam
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi
Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi
Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat
Yo Naha Prachodayat
Om Trayambakam Yajamahe
Om Yambakam Yajamahe
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam
Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam
Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat Om Namah Shivaya
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 Om Shakti Om
Om Shakti Om
Jnana Shakti Om
Jnana Shakti Om
Kriya Shakti Om
Kriya Shakti Om
Ichha Shakti Om
Ichha Shakti Om
Mantra Shakti Om
Mantra Shakti Om
Dharma Shakti Om
Dharma Shakti Om
Dattatreya Shakti Om
Dattatreya Shakti Om
Sadguru Natha Shakti Om
Sadguru Natha Shakti Om
Dattatreya Shakti Om
Dattatreya Shakti Om
Sadguru Natha Shakti Om
Sadguru Natha Shakti Om
Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om
Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti
Shanti 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 बोल सद्गुरु दत्तात्रेय भगवान की पांडुरंग भगवान की सियावर रामचंद्र की राधेवर कृष्ण चंद्र की उमापति महादेव की पवन सुत हनुमान की ऑल द वर्ल्ड प्रॉफिट्स की सनातन विश्व धर्म की ओकलैंड भक्त मंडली की जय. God bless you and thank you. Recently, we have been writing the essence of this greatest Guru, Dattatreya. Datta means adopted son, adopted child. Datta means adopted. Atreya means sage Atri's son. Therefore, Dattatreya means God, the Trinity, who became the adopted child of this divine couple, sage Atri and Anasuya. That is a great story in our Hindu epics. But it has so much of meaning for all the devotees all over the world that God could be yours as our adopted child, as our adopted son. When you reach a state of Atri, all of you are familiar with the three gunas, or the three modes of nature, called the poise, passion, and inactivity. These are the three qualities, modes of the kinetic nature. That poise is called sattva guna, passion is called rajoguna, and inactivity is called tamasic or tamoguna. One who has gone beyond the three is called Atri. That is the name of the sage to whom God became the adopted child. So this is for everyone the message that when we reach a state of consciousness beyond the three gunas, then God becomes our adopted son. If this is difficult, then another way of telling it is said that his wife, if you cannot follow the husband, Atri, while living in this world, then follow his wife, whose name is Anasuya. What is the name?
Anasuya.
This looks like simple, but simple is always very difficult to practice. And Anasuya, Asuya, see in Sanskrit, Asuya means jealousy. Asuya means hatred and jealousy. Anasuya means one who has no jealousy. One whose heart and emotions are free from hatred and jealousy. If you have that kind of heart, free of jealousy, then it is rest assured that God will be your adopted child. He will be Datta. Datta means adopted. Atreya means the son of Atri, sage Atri. He is Anasuya Varadaputra. He is the gift. God gave himself as a gift to a woman who is free from jealousy. Try that, then you will have Dattatreya, the picture here of the 3 head and 6 arms. That is the ever-living master. God himself as the first Guru. He is the Guru of all the Gurus. All the Siddhas, all the masters have to constantly sing Guru Gita on him. An ever-living presence, not just a mythological figure. An ever-living presence. That is called Dattatreya. Therefore, there is something here to make God playing in your presence, at your home, when we have attained this state of consciousness. To go beyond the 3, or to be free from that silly thing which gives a lot of trouble to us called jealousy. It's not good anyway. So you give it up and then you have a deal. You get God as your child. What more you want? So that is the esoteric inner meaning. When I said it is not just a mythological thing but a presence, I would like to tell you there was a great saint called Ekanatha. What is the name?
Ekanatha.
See, the 4 great saints among millions is Jnaneshwara or Jnanadeva, then Ekanatha. Jnanadeva, Namadeva, Ekanatha, Tukaram. In Maharashtra, saints. These 4 are the beacon lights. Among them one before Tukaram and after Namadeva, there was a great saint called Ekanatha. What is his name? Ekanatha. God inspired him to go to a guru called Janardana Panta. Now Janardana Panta was a businessman living in the world, but had very secret meeting with him. For all worldly purposes, a big businessman. Janardana Panta. It's a history, not mythology, because this was in 14th, 15th century, like that. So Janardana Panta, very big businessman, had close contact. He knew a place where Dattatreya would appear, underneath a great tree called the Audumbara. And he used to go there and call on him with this mantra, the mantra which you earlier repeated, Om Dram, Om Guru Dattaya Namaha. So he had a way of calling. Sometimes mantra we may know, but we may not know how to intone and how much heart is to be put into that intonation. When you know that secret, that intensity, that longing, That is where the truth reveals itself. So Janardana Panta, that businessman, seemingly, outwardly, you should be a businessman. No one should know that you are a great yogi. That's why when Dattatreya had the truth, always the Siddhas, the Munis, the Sadhyas, so many Ganas and so many people all the time would never allow Dattatreya to go to bathroom, to bathe, to sleep, or all the time people were around him. Therefore, Dattatreya acted very crazily. In Dattatreya's story, you would say to avoid, to scatter all these devotees and to be alone for some time, Dattatreya threw himself into a river and never came up for 48 days. Really. 48 days he was not visible. Just to test his devotees and to find out how many can stand that test. One after another he thought everyone would leave before he comes out. Instead, not only the Siddhas and the Munis stayed there, but they spread the news everywhere that he is testing us, our faith should be more now, we should sing more his glory, we should never get upset, because this is the highest truth for which he is teaching us the lesson. And there were 100,000 people. After 48 days when he was coming up, Dattatreya saw, now I am in greater trouble. Therefore I should confuse all of them and make them run away from me. So what he did, he called Mahalakshmi, he is Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. In that Brahma and Shiva aspect he absorbed, and he is Vishnu Datta. Therefore he called this Mahamaya, his Lakshmi, and said, you assume the form of a half-nude woman holding a big vessel containing wine. Hold. And when I come up, bloodshot eyes, I will be holding the cup, kamandalu, the monk's sacred jar like this, and you go on pouring the wine into it. The moment these disciples see us, oh, this silly guru, sinful, we should never stay here like that. The people have to feel and they should run away from me. Such a kind of game we have to play now. Saying thus, he came with Mahalakshmi, and he is Vishnu, as you know, and bloodshot eyes. He was coming up and talking all, no Sanskrit at all Mlecha language. Means some crazy, dirty thoughts, such kind of language. Acting as a dull-witted fool. So, among his 1,000 names, there is a mantra called Salutations to the Dull-Witted Fool. There is a mantra like that. Om Mudhaya Namaha is a mantra for Dattatreya. He came as a dull-witted fool and asking Lakshmi, who is standing there as a ordinary woman, to pour the wine. Several hundred people, several thousand people, when they saw, they were talking to one another. What is this? Can a guru do all these things? Like that. And then those siddhas, the highest, those who have attained the highest, and they have to just pass this one test so that they will not lose the kingdom. They all warned them. See, these are different tests the great guru is giving to scatter us away. Those who can stand this test, they will win. They will receive. Despite of that, many people could not take it, because in their mind they have a special idea of what guru should be. There is a definition in their mind. Therefore they could not stand that, and many of them ran away. And those siddhas and the munis, those who have already advanced students in yoga, they knew that the clouds can never take away the luster of the sun. They knew the pure rain and the wind, in whichever way it is passing, looks like dirty in the way in which passes, but the true air never at any time, the sun, the air, or any such principles in their original status, the presiding deities over these elements could never be polluted at any time. No matter what a garbage you are going to throw into the fire ablaze, it could never taint the fire. Fire is going to burn all of that. Such is the fire of the knowledge of this great master. We know that the woman by your side is Mahalakshmi. We know that wine you are showing us is nothing but the amrita, the nectar. And the dull-wittedness which you are showing us is only to take away our dull-wittedness. By calling you salutations to the dull-witted, our dull-wittedness will go away. By seeing you lustful, our lust will disappear. By seeing you angry, our temper will disappear. Like that they gave the true interpretation. Then Dattatreya stood in his true colors as they sang his glory, because that is what they were doing. Avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, avadhuta datta bhajare, 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 bhajare. Avadhuta datta digambara ki jai. Then with Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva faced with 6 arms, the immortal Lord, shining like the molten gold, appeared before them and taught them the highest wisdom called the Jivan Mukta Gita. To those siddhas, the advanced students, the greatest yogis, he taught the highest philosophy ever known, called the Jivan Mukta Gita, means the song of the ever free. That is the teaching he gave. In another context, he gave Avadhuta Gita, elaborate Vedantic, non-dualistic, monistic philosophy of truth. And about him the glory is sung in so many hundred verses in Skanda Purana, called the Guru Gita, sung in the Skanda Purana, the ancient text. And therefore the Guru Gita, Avadhuta Gita, and this Jivan Mukta Gita are the 3 Gitas dedicated to him. Out of them, 2 are his own teachings. And as we have seen through the new beautiful brochure here, the Jivan Mukta Gita is the discussion this evening. Even though brochure could reach many people, only chosen ones, just like he taught only to a few siddhas. This Jivan Mukta Gita, only chosen ones you have come to receive this grand, sublime truth. For the advanced yogis and yoginis, this teaching is given. But just before I recite that original Sanskrit for you, I was talking to you about the 15th century saint Ekanatha. Boy Ekanatha went to Guru Janardana, the businessman. The businessman Guru Janardana, who had a contact with Dattatreya, I told you earlier the story, to tell that it is not only an ancient master but ever living presence, to tell that. Now, Ekanatha went to this Guru Janardana, the businessman, and said, "Give me mantra initiation." What? You have just now come, you want mantra initiation? You take care of my business accounts there. And he gave him the job. Just like we give you the job to go to the basement and fix all the fallen books there and cassettes and records. There is a meaning in it. That's a great initiation. So Ekanatha, without speaking anything, he went and began taking care of the accounts. Every month he has to show the balance and all. Still he is waiting for initiation. Now the Guru said, "I saw the account and I am missing in this somewhere maybe 1 or 2 paisa, penny or cent in India, paisa. Very little coin, that's in account. Little is missing. Fix it properly. Take care of it." And Ekanatha sat all night in going through all. Nowadays you have computer, you can check like that. But he went through everything, little by little, all of that with complete attentiveness. It was getting early morning hours, and at 3:45 a.m., the meditation time, all night he was sitting. He suddenly found that paisa. Where it has gone, he found that. Then out of that exhilaration, out of that joy, he began chanting Vitthal, Vitthal, Panduranga, Hari, Jai, Jai, loudly. Then Guru Janardana got up. And he came here. "Why are you shouting this early morning hours?" "Oh, Guru Deva, I'm sorry. I never thought." No, you did a good job, but just tell me why you were so overjoyed." "Well, I found that, the missing coin in the account. I found that where it was, I found." Now here, Janardana gave him an initiation. He said, 2 words, 2 sentences he said. The first sentence he said, "How many hours you dedicated to find out this missing coin?" "Well, I don't know. Maybe at 8 p.m. last night you ordered me to find out, and I don't know what is the time now. So it looks like morning. All this time I was only sitting with one pointed mind here by your grace. Now my son, so many hours, 7 to 8 hours, with complete absorption, you worked so hard. And how much money you got for this? Maybe a paisa or 2. The meaning is, all your life, you can absorb your mind in the worldly activities. The kind of joy or gain, profit which you are going to gain compared to the immortal truth, compared to that, all life concentration in the world, what you get is a paisa worth of happiness." He was teaching him, preparing him. All your life you absorb your mind in the world, all that you get is a paisa worth of, you can earn millions, but the cent worth of happiness comes to you. All the rest is struggle and trouble. Now the 7.5 hours concentration which you had in finding out that missing coin, in that, if you have the same undivided attention, same concentration on truth, on Panduranga, on Dattatreya, then you will see him. I prepared you that your same mind which is in the account with such absorption is to be turned to the truth. Thus he turned the same power of concentration towards the truth and blessed Ekanatha with the initiation in Om Dram Om Guru Dattaya Namaha mantra. He told him only do this chintana. What is the word?
Chintana.
Chintana and dhyana means the same meaning. Dhyana or chintana means meditation. Sometimes you can meditate 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but chintana means all the time. There's a little difference between chinta and chintana. Chinta means worry. All the time what do? We worry about. You see? Instead, in the place of worry, if you have Hari, the name of God, and you have that Hari Chintana, that is continuous. That is continuous. In the place of worry, you have Hari. Chintana means you worry about Hari. Then there will be no worry. You will have only Hari. Just like we worry about things which we need, suddenly a thought should come, have I seen my Creator? Have I realized my Master? Have I realized my own great self? So many years have passed. When will I realize? When that agitation comes to you, that ache comes to your heart, that is the beginning of the spiritual journey. It is the beginning of the attainment of the kingdom. Such a longing is like the dawn. Realization is like sunrise. Longing will be followed by realization. Dawn will be followed by sunrise. To develop that kind of intensity, like a very thirsty man longing for the water, like a man who is in pitch darkness waiting for the light, should be the intensity. Like a drowning man gasping for a breath of air, should be the intensity. I cannot wait, should be the intensity. That is called Chintana. Just before I came down, that Hari Chintana became a song. With the song you can always repeat that. Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Sita Chintana, Sita Chintana, Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Sita Chintana, Sita Chintana, Sita Rama Chintana, Sita Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Radha Chintana, Radha Krishna Chintana, Radha Krishna Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Shiva Chintana, Shakti Chintana, Shiva 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 Chintana, Shiva Chintana, Hari Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Atma Chintana, Atma Chintana, Paramatma Chintana, Paramatma Chintana, Atma Chintana, Atma Chintana, Paramatma Chintana, Dasa Keshava Nuta, Dasa Keshava, Adhyatma Chintana, Adhyatma Chintana, Sri Atma Chintana, Sri Atma Chintana, Adhyatma Chintana, Adhyatma Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Sri Guru Chintana, Sri Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Sita Chintana, Sita Chintana, Sita Rama Chintana, Rama Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Radha Chintana, Radha Chintana, Radha Krishna Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Krishna Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Sri Hari Chintana, Sri Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Hari Guru Chintana, Hari Chintana, Hari Chintana, Guru Chintana, Guru Chintana, Sadguru Dattatreya Bhagavan ki jai. From the worldly account, Ekanatha was given a twist by the same energy of concentration to meditate on Dattatreya and attain his grace. One day the Guru said, "You have attained the beautiful power of this concentration on the light of truth. Now I would like to show you that this ancient Trinity as the Guru is a ever-living presence. Therefore I would like to show you Dattatreya. But I do not know whether he is going to appear with the Trinity form, because he assumes different forms. He says he is the whole universe. Sometime as the great Guru, sometime as the Trinity, sometime like a drunkard, all kinds of Digambara, nude figure, everything he does. Don't be scared. I tell you several times, don't expect that underneath the tree there will be a serene bearded man sitting and with great love he will be showering grace upon you and all. So don't expect. Just he will test in several ways. No matter how he comes, know for certain that where I salute, you salute. When he gives prasad, do not deny, you must eat that also. Ekanatha was a strict Brahmin. You know the strict Brahminism in India? They won't even eat food cooked by someone else. They have to cook themselves, Swayam Paka. And they are very careful about touchism. Who touched the food, polluted, polluted. Such kind of strict Brahmin was that Ekanatha. So he said, I will try, I don't know. Look, he is God. Well, I think God should look like God, not like dull-witted fool and all. I don't understand such a guru. You need not. You do what I say. You do what I do, okay? I will try. And Ekanatha comes there. When they approached that huge cave, and outside there is that Audumbara tree, Janardana went there with great bhakti. Om Dhram, Om Guru Dattaya Namaha. And no one came out of cave. Instead, from behind, from a mountain, a crazy Muslim, Mohammedan, with all his red cap and all kinds of dress and malas you can imagine, on a horseback. He came with a whip and all in his hand. And Ekanatha ran away from there, despite of Guru has told him so many times, don't be scared, but the Brahmin ran away. Oh, how could this be the Dattatreya Guru? And hiding somewhere behind a tree, he was watching what is going on. Janardana, his Guru, Guru Janardana, fell at the feet of Sadguru. And Sadguru, Dattatreya, immediately materialized everywhere the golden vessels and 21 kinds of dishes, and telling Janardana, sit with me and dine. Where went that little boy? Asked the Guru. And Ekanatha, as a boy, he was peeping behind the tree with such fear. And both of them dined, and then call that boy here. And Ekanatha, come here. Guru Janardana was telling, come on, don't be afraid. Ekanatha was still 9-year-old boy. He was so afraid. He was true Brahminism he was following. He thought his holiness will be disturbed by eating with a Mohammedan. Such was the Brahmin tradition. So he says God should be so pure, so holy, to dine with this Muslim here? No way. Guru Janardana called him, but he won't come. By the time Dattatreya gave a big laughter, which was like a rumbling of a cloud, and disappeared. Ekanatha saw all over. He couldn't see him again. Now Janardana Guru came and said, oh fool, so many times I have told you, do what I do what I say. You didn't do both. Some gurus would say, don't do what I do, at least do what I say. Here you didn't do both. So therefore, you are good for nothing. When a wish tree comes to you, to run away from the wish tree, when the Ganges is visible, to go and dig for another well for water, when the king of swans was ready there, you are running after in searching of a crow. When the touchstone is given in your hand, you threw it like an ordinary marble. How could you get the darshan of Dattatreya again? Impossible. Ekanatha says, as long as I have the darshan and grace of you, you are my Guru. Your Guru may be Dattatreya. I don't know him, I don't want to know him. Because he comes with that all Muslim cap and all this. I am a Brahmin. I have to be very careful in what I eat, what I do. As per the spiritual disciplines, those are given to me by you. Janardana says, don't you know the disciplines are given only to go beyond disciplines? Disciplines are not given that you should practice daily the same thing like a machine and die one day. You have to practice that only to become that, not go on practicing until you are taken to the graveyard. You have to practice that to become that. Dattatreya is Muslim, Dattatreya is Hindu, Dattatreya is Christian, Dattatreya is Jewish. Dattatreya is God, Dattatreya is self, God is for everyone. Don't you understand that? Disciplines I gave you so that you see God in everything. He came as a Muslim only to make you cosmic, to have cosmic consciousness, to burn that just the beaten track of traditionalism alone, which is good in the beginning stage, not for the growth. You have to outgrow everything to see yourself in everything. That is why he came as a Muslim. He is Dattatreya, the Supreme. He tests you. I do not know when again he will give darshan, but I saw his grace is upon you. He asked, where is that boy? Call him. He knows you were boyish. Therefore, I think his grace is still upon you. You meditate Om Dram Om Guru Dattat Dattaya Namaha. And you remember this chant because somehow with his grace when I go there, he gives me exclusive darshan. That Lord who is so difficult to the yogis is easily available to my bhakti even though I live outwardly in all the worldly business. Because what Dattatreya has taught me is keep this body always awake, alert and struggling, working, active. But keep your mind always restful, peaceful and in love with God. That is the essence of my teaching. Don't you forget. This is what Dattatreya has taught me. Said, struggle, discipline, do your work, do your business very well. But keep your mind always peaceful, restful, in tune with the infinity and in love with God. That is the essence that Guru has taught. Therefore you remember this chant, said the Guru. Dattatreya avadhuta digambar, Dattatreya avadhuta Swami Eknatha Dayala, Swami Eknatha Dattatreya avadhuta digambar, Dattatreya avadhuta digambar Swami Eknatha Janardana 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 Swami Eknatha. Dattatreya avadhuta digambar, Dattatreya avadhuta digambar Swami Eknatha Janardana 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 Swami Eknatha Dattatreya avadhuta digambar, Dattatreya avadhuta digambar Swami Eknatha Janardana Janardana Swami Eknatha Janardana Swami Eknatha Janardana Swami Eknatha, 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 Janardana Swami Eknatha. Sadguru Dattatreya Bhagavan ki jai. So Guru Janardana taught this chant for 1 week. Every Thursday Janardana used to come for the darshan of the Guru. And today is that Thursday. Therefore this Dattatreya presence. So until the next Thursday, Ekanatha practiced only that chant. Dattatreya Avadhuta Digambara Swami Ekanatha Janardana Swami Ekanatha. He is the master of Ekanatha and Janardana. Ekanatha's guru is Janardana, Janardana's Sadguru is Dattatreya. That Dattatreya is Avadhuta, the ever free, Jivan Mukta. Digambara, naked as truth. Thus all 7 days he practiced that. And then with that formidable devotion, this time with so many warnings on the part of Guru Janardana, who told Ekanatha, do not think in which form he comes, you know that it is he. It is God himself coming as Dattatreya, Guru in different forms. So Ekanatha gave the strong suggestion that this time if I fail, I may not get the darshan again. Therefore, he came with all preparedness. Now Dattatreya this time came naked, fakir again. Again Muslim but naked. And he came also with him. There were 4 big hounds, big dogs. And he asked Janardana, call that boy. And Ekanatha, he was afraid that Guru may disappear instantaneously. So he called Ekanatha, come. He was afraid of the dogs. And again Janardana said, come by my side. Now Dattatreya says, call the boy and ask him to milk the dogs. We have to drink. All the 3 of us today will have this prasad. And that is to milk the dogs. Ekanatha said, no. I am Brahmin. I would never do this. I will never drink the milk of a dog. No. No way. Janardana says he is God. He is playing this Leela. Do it. And Janardana himself went to milk the dogs. And then Ekanatha also followed. And Dattatreya is telling, first drink to this boy. Come on. He was so embarrassed that he wanted to run, but the Guru will never allow him. Finally, he closed his eyes and thought, I am going to bathe as soon as I go back to clean myself. Closed his eyes and opened his mouth. Then Guru Dattatreya dropped 1 drop of that milk into his mouth, and then his third eye opened. The Guru Dattatreya kept his palm upon his head and said, these 4 dogs are Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. These are the 4 Vedas, the revelations. And a drop of that milk, to milk the Vedas, means you are given a job to write the essence of Ramayana and essence of Bhagavata and songs, innumerable songs on my true aspect as Dattatreya and Panduranga. Therefore I asked you to milk the Vedas, take the essence of the Vedas and all the knowledge you need to write the commentary on Ramayana and Srimad Bhagavatam. It will just flow through you, Ekanatha, just with this drop of milk that is given to you. Thus the Sadguru, blessed, and the four dogs disappeared in the form of wisdom, and the Lord stood in his true color, with Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva form. There Ekanatha began the kirtanas, the songs in praise of the Sadguru. So many, hundreds of them, he composed, and later, as per the blessing of Dattatreya, who gave him all the knowledge, he was able to write thousands of abhangas on Panduranga and Dattatreya, and also his commentary on Bhagavatam called Ekanathi Bhagavata and Ekanathi Ramayana is read in every home, in every temple in Maharashtra. The very first song he composed on Dattatreya is this. Datta Datta Bhanata Nitya Name Kari Guna Gita Guna Gita Guna Gita Datta Datta Bhanata Nitya Name Kari Guna Gita Name Kari Guna Gita Name Kari Guna Gita Name Kari Guna Gita दत्त अवधूत सोहळा दत्त अवधूत सोहळा धाक पडे कली काला दत्त दत्त म्हणता नित्य नामे करी गुण गीत दत्त अवधूत सोहळा धाक पडे कली कावडा दत्त दत्त म्हणता नामे करी गुणगीत दत्त दत्त म्हणता दत्त 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 वाणी दत्त रूप होय प्राणी दत्ता दत्त 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 वाणी दत्त रूप होय प्राणी दत्त 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 वाणी दत्त रूप होय प्राणी एका जनार्दनी दत्त एका जनार्दनी दत्त एका जनार्दनी दत्त अवघा स्वानंद भरित एका जनार्दनी दत्त एका जनार्दनी दत्त अवघा स्वानंद भरित दत्त दत्त म्हणता नित्य नामे करी गुणगीत दत्त दत्त म्हणता नित्य नामे करी गुणगीत दत्त 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 वाणी दत्त रूप होय प्राणी एका जनार्दनी दत्त अवघा स्वानंद भरित एका जनार्दनी दत्त अवघा स्वानंद भरित दत्त दत्त म्हणता नाम करी गुणगीत दत्तात्रेय सद्गुरु भगवान की This is to tell that Dattatreya is not just a mythological figure or just an ancient story of the mind-born son of Brahma, the Atri, and his wife Kardama's daughter called Anasuya, who had this blessing that God himself became their adopted child. But he is ready to be adopted by any one of you. It is the most powerful presence the moment you invoke his holy name. So after this background of the greatest master, the wonderful presence, that holiness, you know the introduction to Dattatreya. And therefore your heart is ready to receive the highest Vedanta philosophy, which he taught to all those who had no doubts, no confusion about his light. The previous story which I told you of all the Siddhas and Munis waiting there for 48 days, when he came with the wine and the woman, never they got confused but only praised the Lord, knowing that he is the fire which can never be tainted by anything. One who is by his side is none other than Mahalakshmi. The wine which he was showing was nothing other than the pure nectar. And those who have gone away lost the race. Those who stood with faith, they won the race. That is the main, very important teaching in Jivan Mukta Gita. There are 24 stanzas of the Jivan Mukta Gita. We have translated that, and it will come sometime during the Christmas. It will be printed. But right now just a few of the teaching from the Jivan Mukta Gita. The purpose of life is to become a Jivan Mukta. What is the name?
Jivan Mukta.
The entire wisdom of the Himalayas and the purpose of life, you can put in that one word. Whosoever attained Jivan Mukti is a Jivan Mukta. Just like one who attained the Siddhi becomes a Siddha. Similarly, one who attained Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti means liberated while living in this body. One who is ever free by the knowledge of truth. That is called Jivan Mukti. Means freedom while living in the world of bondage. Freedom while living in this fleshy cage. That self-realization, always, not just an experience, but to be settled in that experience forever, is the meaning of Jivan Mukta Gita. Outwardly, Dattatreya teaches us, outwardly do not show yourself as a great guru. Then large number of people will gather around you, there will be big organization, and thereafterwards you will be put in a golden cage with the key by the secretaries. Then the entire goal is gone. Be free like the sun, the moon, the stars, and the air. Then alone you can teach freedom to humanity. If the Guru is bound, what can he show to people how to be free? That as per the secretary, get down, is get down. Sit there, sit there. Say only these things, nothing more. Then what happens is, it is good, it's not bad, but it's not best. Best is freedom. If Guru is free, then he can bring freedom to everyone. Organization is needed, but not to cage the Guru. That is the main teaching here. Dattatreya is like that. That's why he is acting like that. You understand? The greatest masters in India, when you go, you will only meet ashrama and those who have telephone number and post box number. But there are many who have realized, who just act like crazy. They have the great example of Dattatreya. Act like fools. It is only the devotee who sees the light, advanced one, chases him. Babaji does that. The ever free Babaji does that, crazy things. And therefore, then alone you will know. And here is the teaching. sarvabhutantarasthaya nityamukta chidatmane pratyag chaitanya rupaya mahyam eva namo namaha. The very first Jivan Mukta, the very Jivan Mukta Gita, song of the ever free, the very first stanza teaches Sarvabhutantarasthaya, one who is ever present in all the beings, Nitya Mukta Chidatmane, the ever free great self, Pratyag Chaitanya Rupaya, one whose nature is of pure consciousness, being the universal spirit, who is myself. Salutations to my great self, says the Guru Dattatreya. When there is nothing but myself, to whom shall I salute? Who is there other than the self? Jivan muktischa ya muktihi, sa muktihi pindapatane, ya muktihi pindapatane, sa mukti shuni sukare. Sometimes Dattatreya uses very rude kinds of words in Sanskrit also. He says, people, even those who read Vedas and holy texts, constantly say after death there will be mukti. Then the dogs die every day, pigs die. Do they attain moksha? That's what he says here. Ya muktihi pindapatane, sa mukti shuni sukare. Just by mere death, one can attain mukti. Then dogs and pigs are better. Why should you have a human body? It is not possible to attain mukti after the death unless you have attained mukti while living in this body. That's the main teaching. Unless you have attained mukti while living in this body, you will not attain mukti after giving up the body, because giving up the body itself is not the qualification to attain mukti, because everyone will give up the body someday. But to give up the idea that I am the body, to be detached from this body and to abide in the great self while living in this body, to be detached from the body, like the snake giving up its love, like the overcoat which you hang up there knowing that you are not the overcoat. Thus when you are detached from the idea of the ego that I am this body, that is when you have Jivan Mukti. Now we teach us Jivaha Shivaha Sarvam Eva Bhuteshva Imam Vyavastitaha Evam Evabhi Pashyanhi Jivan Mukta Sa Uchyate. In the beginning, the statement is true that soul is a part of God. As long as you are embodied, having adjuncts called the upadhis, having the koshas, the sheaths like the food sheath, the vital sheath, the mental sheath, the intellectual sheath, the bliss sheath, all these overcoats, the physical, the astral, the subtle, the causal, all these bodies. When you identify with these things, you can say that there is a thumb-sized, atomic-sized flame of truth that is hiding in the pericarp of the Sacred Heart as a easy way for your meditation. But oh fool, see, for the first time, you will never hear in any book or any guru telling this. Oh fool, are you meditating? Are you meditating? Don't you know meditation means doing 24 hours or 23 hours all wrong things, and 1 hour just to remind yourself there is God, you are sitting for meditation? Dattatreya is yelling at us. You meditate because all the other time you don't remember that you are God. You meditate only for those 20 minutes or 30 minutes to feel that God is inside me. It is only those who forget God, they should meditate. Those who are always in tune with God, Is not meditation a mockery? Which guru has taught this? See, Dattatreya reminds us the power. It is not condemnation of meditation, but if we just do only 20 minutes every day, it is just like sleeping for a few hours, eating for a few hours, and 20 minutes is also a fashion. Religion becomes a fashion there. Just to remember God 20 minutes so that you can have all other things all other time. Dattatreya relentlessly speaks because truth is relentless. Therefore, meditation is all right, Dattatreya says, but it is only all other time other than meditation you forget. And during meditation you are involved with the techniques rather than meditating on truth. And you are all the time worried whether it is 19 minutes or 20 minutes to open your eyes. And that is why Dattatreya is very relentless. This doesn't mean that we should not meditate, but he is telling you have to grow to remember him all the time. How can you forget yourself? The great self. As much love as you have for your beautiful wife, at least should you not have that much love for your great self, the immortal self. As much love as you have for money, should you not have at least half of that love to the supreme imperishable wealth? Like this, Dattatreya teaches us a great lesson that meditation is reminding that you have a God inside. But let meditation be uninterrupted, to know that you are the great self. Such a one whose mind is merged in the self is liberated while living in this body. Evam Brahma Jagat Sarvam Akhilam Bhashate Ravihi Samstitam Sarvabhutanam Jivan Mukta Sauchyate. Sun is shining, and all the water places like river or ocean or pond or lakes, everywhere they reflect the sun or the moon. But it is the same sun that is reflecting in all those watery places. It is the same self that is reflecting in all the beings, everywhere. And that sun, that self, which sees through your eyes, throbs through your heartbeat, throbs through your pulse. Know that to be the great self, and all this is self, nothing but the self. Sarva bhute sthitam brahma bheda bhedo na vidyate ekam evabhipashyamscha jivan mukta sauchyate. It is the mind, lower mind, egotistic mind that divides and says this is good, that is bad. This is different from that. In the self, there is neither difference nor non-difference, neither good nor bad. There is only all-pervading, pure, absolute existence, wisdom and peace, knowledge and bliss. All this is nothing but the self in another form. When the third eye opens, when you listen and study Swadhyaya, the Jivan Mukta Gita, then your mind will be given a lift and it is charged by the power of truth. And therefore the mind merges in the self. Then the body, I am the body, that idea is separated. Like in a dry coconut, the water gets dried and the coconut meat, like a coconut meat ball, separates itself from the outer shell. Thus you are separated from the idea that you are this body. The moment that blessing comes, then all relatives, friends, family, children, wealth, job, everything that is related to, attached to the body and the mind, all that entire agony and pain disappear. That very moment, with the hatchet of wisdom, that most rough and difficult to cut off, that rope which binds the soul, that attachment is cut off with the sword of this discrimination. Know that all this is the great self. And see that and think about that all the time, nothing but that. When you see that all this is nothing but truth, sun is shining by the truth, fire is blazed by the truth, truth is mother, truth is father, truth is guru, truth is friend, then you will not miss the truth at any time. Then the very wife, very husband, very wealth, very job which you do, all will look like truth. Then you are never separated from the truth. And truth is God. God is truth. Tattvam kshetram vyomatitam aham kshetrajna uchyate. Aham karta cha bhokta cha jivan mukta sa uchyate. It is only when I am this body, I am this mind, I am this thought, this belongs to me, that belongs to him. These ideas are there. That is the plane of the ego. Dissolve that ego through discrimination and attain a state of equipoise where dualities are alike. Why should you be afraid of death? Is there death to the self? Is there anything else other than the great self? Is not all this God? All this is God. Is there death or pain in that state of consciousness? Suppose the death comes to this body, will it end the journey? To one who wants another body, are not many bodies all over, many species? Let the death take away this body that is sick. Why should you worry about that? There will be another better body that is given in angelic or in any higher level. Death can never end the journey. Death should be to the ego. Then you are attaining Jivan Mukti, liberation while living. Karmendriya parityagi dhyana varjita chetasaha atmajnane tathaiveko Jivan Mukta sauchyate. This is that mantra, the 8th stanza, which says one who is uninterruptedly knowing that he is God, that is the great self, to him requires no time for meditation, for he is all the time in samadhi, sahaja samadhi. There is no necessity of a separate meditation for such a atmajnani. Dhyana varjita chetasaha. Because there is not one single moment or millionth fraction of a second there is forgetfulness of God. He is atmajnani. Do not measure him through the worldly standards. See that he is the light of truth and he is Jivan Mukta. Shariram kevalam karma shokamohadi varjitam shubha parityagi Jivan Mukta sa uchyate. I am here using this body as an instrument, as I am there in all the bodies to come, all the bodies those have gone. I am the light in the sun, I am the light in the moon, I am the light in the stars. I am the light, I am the truth, I am that I am Om. One who lives constantly in such a state of consciousness, charging the mind with the Jivan Mukta Gita. There I dwell as the self, manifest, help to all those who want to attain this highest non-dual consciousness, who treat pairs of opposites alike and remain always happy, knowing that all this is nothing but the truth. Then the final very powerful word comes here, because we are constantly worried that we are undergoing our predetermined karma, we are undergoing sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, the different kinds of karma, and everything that which we do, we always evaluate again, measure it again from the definitions given that this is sin, this is good, this is bad. constantly through the measuring rod of our poor understanding, and Dattatreya puts an end to that also. Karma sarvatra adishtam na janami chakinchana karma brahma vijanati jivan mukta sauchyate. This is the greatest teaching. He says, when all this is the self, where is karma separate from Brahman? You cannot see or show this teaching in any other scripture. In all scriptures there is a description that karma, the cause and the effect, you have to transcend that to attain Brahman. But here there is another point. When all this is Brahman, when you know that all this is the great self, where is a karma that can stand separate from the truth? Treat therefore every karma, good or bad, as Brahman, and burn that very moment. Because the very moment when the fire is charged to good or bad, all is reduced to ashes. Because good is a chain, bad is a chain. You think good to be good, but that good is opposite of the bad, and bad is a iron chain, and good is a golden chain. Bad is a iron cage for the parrot, good is a golden cage. Both are cages. Does it make difference to a parrot? You put in iron or in a golden cage as long as it is cage? Therefore, go beyond the good and bad, seeing Brahman in bad and good. In the beginning stages, in the elementary, in the nursery school, when you grow in the nursery school of spirituality, there alone you have to be only this and not that. You have to see God only in the good, not in the bad. Then you have not completely realized. That's called half-baked pot. Half-baked pot. One who is seeing God in both good and bad alone is the realized one. Because when there is God, where is bad? When all this is filled with God, where is bad? Is not bad, therefore, the creation of the human mind? Is not the Satan, therefore, the evil, therefore, not created by God, but all human beings thinking that way made it a Satan or evil? If you attain God consciousness, are you able to see the evil? Will there be evil? Will there be darkness when the sun is shining? Therefore, karma is also Brahma. When you have this powerful consciousness, then good, bad, both are transcended. Giving that poise, Krishna asked Arjuna, now fight. He gave that knowledge because he was telling that fighting is bad, meditating is good in Bhagavad Gita. And there he gave him the third eye to go beyond the good and bad and said, now be thou my instrument, fight the battle of life. I will absolve you of all so-called sins and give you moksha. And even after telling that, Arjuna will worry. Therefore Krishna finally said, don't worry. Ma shucha. That is what Dattatreya, who is Krishna, Mahavishnu himself, is promising. Karma Brahma Vijanati, one who treats every karma also to be Brahman. For him there is no karma. As long as you treat karma as karma, you will always have karma. When you burn that karma with the thought of Brahman, there is no karma. Chinmayam vyapitam sarvam akasham jagadishwaram Sahidam sarvabhutanam jivan mukta sa uchyate. God is everywhere. God is everything. There is nothing but God. There is nothing besides God. There is nothing outside God. One who sees this like the all-pervading ethereal space, the self as all-pervading, he has conquered the birth-death cycle. Here we shall conclude, just for your remembrance, one little story. There was a lady called Lady Atlanta. Just like your Atlanta, Georgia, it's a place. But this is a lady. An extraordinary, it's a Western story, not from Indian mythology, it's from West. So that you could relate. There is a extraordinary, beautiful, it's a Greek story from Greece. A lady called Atlanta. No one was more beautiful than her. Everyone wanted to marry her. But she had taken a pledge that whosoever runs a race with her, anyone who wants to marry her should run. There's a running race. In that, I heard in Los Angeles for fundraising, they had a nun run fundraising. Day before yesterday, all the nuns of the church decided to run, for fundraising. Very interesting. Nun Run Foundation. Like that, Lady Atlanta. So many have come, but she is so swift, like the wind. No one can outwit her. She is so fast, like the wind. Therefore, one man, finally, who was meditating always on God the Jupiter, we call Brahaspati, the celestial guru, presiding deity over Jupiter, the Greek gods. So the god the Jupiter, he went for him, for his grace. And Guru Jupiter told him, look, no matter how swift she runs, she is a woman. And women are fond of gold. Therefore, take all these several kinds of ornaments, bangles, rings, pure gold. And before you begin the race, Jupiter taught him, you scatter it every point, here, there. And that is the secret of winning her hand. And with the grace of Jupiter, it's a great story as a lesson to every one of us to remember. Now, he came and the running race began. She was so swift. Before he could lift 1 foot, she was already there, 100 yards or more. But the tricky thing is, she could not see him. He has not yet started his journey. Therefore she thought, I have a lot of time. Look at this 9-gem ring. Look at this emerald. Oh, look at this big Kohinoor diamond. Wow, wow, wow. And she went on picking up, and before he could come there, again she. And when she was going so fast, these mounds of gold bars, all this was so attracting. She went on and on, collecting that. Then at a given point, what happened? The burden of the gold bars and the ornaments became so much. By the time she picks up all this, he has already reached the goal. Now what happened? Not only because the stipulation is whosoever outwits her, whosoever reaches earlier the goal, he will win all her wealth and her hand. As he reached earlier now, therefore she became his wife, and all the gold which she was carrying as a burden also belonged to him, along with her, as per the stipulation. What is the message of the story? We will certainly win the race if we do not waste time in picking up this and that and this and that on the way to the spiritual truth. Hence the luggage. But fortunately I make others carry it, not me. I never carry the luggage. That is the message. As long as you unburden, you will win the race. If you carry yourselves in your mind, all that, then if one is missing, you will search everywhere. And that half an hour to 1 hour is gone. If it is not visible, you will be miserable. because of the attachment which you have for that thing. And if you got it, you will always have fear where to keep it again. This is only to tell. This should not be taken literally. It only means you can have palace, you can have aeroplane, you can have anything you want, as long as you are detached mentally. You heard, physically you do everything. If your mind is peaceful, completely detached, and always in love with the truth, then you will not miss the goal. That is the message of the story. Otherwise, just like the lady who won all the time finally missed the goal, that is what is going to happen. Kindly stand up. The message of the teaching is, truth is God, truth is God.
God, truth is God.
God is truth, truth is God. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. Sun shines by the truth, sun shines. Fire blazes by the truth. Earth is firm by the truth. Wind blows because of truth. Wind blows because of truth. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. Ocean is bound, ocean is bound. Ocean is bound to the shore. Ocean is bound to the shore by the all-powerful truth. Mantra heals by the truth. Mantra itself is the truth. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. God's worship is the truth. Vedas sound by the truth. The whole world is set in truth. Truth is self, self is truth. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. Truth is heaven, heaven is truth. There is nothing outside truth. There is nothing beside truth. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. Austerities are based on truth. Austerities are based on tapasya is based on truth. Tapasya is austerities, austerities, austerities are based on truth. Austerities are based on dharma is ruled by truth. Truth and dharma protect those who protect law and truth. Truth and dharma protects those who protect law and truth. Truth is God, truth is God. God is truth, truth is God. Truth is father, truth is mother. Truth is brother, truth is teacher. Truth is brother and teacher. All this has come from truth. All this will come from, all will go back to truth. All will go back to truth. All this has come from truth. All will go back to truth. One who has realized the truth. Jivan Mukta, living truth. A Jivan Mukta, living truth. Practice. जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम